Hi there, I'm Les Cameron, Head of Technical here at M&G. My team and I are retirement savings experts. Now, you may have heard about some changes coming along. That's changes to pensions and inheritance tax. I want to take a moment to explain what's changing and why it could be important if you're planning to pass money on to your loved ones. Now, before we start, I should point out that this is for your information. It's not financial advice. Tax rules can change. The impact of taxation depends on your circumstances and where you live. So it's just a high-level understanding of what's going on. So currently, most unused pensions are not included in your estate for IHT purposes, but this changes from April 27. When the change happens, your pension's going to get included in your estate along with all the other stuff that's already there, like your house, other investments, valuables. Now, currently, things in your estate can get passed to your spouse or civil partner or charity and they're IHT exempt. Your pension will just be treated like that as well. If it goes to your spouse or civil partner, it will be exempt, so no IHT to pay. I think one thing that's important is not all pension and death benefits will be included in your estate. Now, if you're in your employer's scheme and you die whilst in employment, it's likely your pension death benefits won't be in your estate. If you've already bought a guaranteed income for life, a lifetime annuity, which continues after your death, that won't be in your estate. Likewise, if a pension scheme is paying a scheme pension directly to you and that's going to continue on to someone after you die, that won't be in your estate either. You might want to ask your pension scheme or annuity provider what the situation is with any death benefits when you pass away. You could perhaps speak to a financial advisor who might be able to explain things to you. Now, as pensions are one of the largest assets many people will ever build up, this change has the potential to affect many families. The government has said that most estates will continue to not pay IHT, but it estimates around 10,500 will come into the IHT net for the first time, and nearly 40,000 who are already in the IHT net will have higher bills. At the end of the day, the higher your tax bill is, the lower the amount of money you can pass on to your loved ones. So the obvious question is, will this affect you? And it might. If you're already in a position where you're going to have an IHT liability, that will rise. If the value of your pension and pension death benefits is over the tax-free thresholds, then you could be impacted. And those thresholds are £500,000 for a single person and £1 million for a married couple or civil partners. It might be lower than that. It depends if you've got a house in your estate when you die. Now, if you're currently leaving your pension untouched, spending something else to fund your retirement, thinking I'll leave my money that way, then you should have a think about that, because that's not necessarily the best approach any longer. I guess the good news is there are many different things you can do to maximise the amount you leave to your loved ones. Now, I know it's not always easy to think about your death. It might be something you want to put off until later. You might be uncomfortable talking to your family about finances and your death, but I would encourage you, the sooner you start, the more options you'll have to be able to pass more money to your loved ones and make sure your estate's as easy to administer as possible. Now, the bad news, I guess, is there's no one-size-fits-all answer for this. The change is complex. Everybody's circumstances are unique. Inheritance tax and pensions are complex. And people have different thoughts and feelings about what they want their money to do for them when they're here and when they're away. An advisor can help you there. He can take your individual circumstances, work out whether you're going to be affected, what any tax bill might be. They can help you get the balance right of providing for yourself and providing for your loved ones. In essence, they can just arrange your finances to make things as simple as possible when you're gone and minimise the amount of tax you pay. I'll just reiterate, the sooner you start to plan, the more options you're likely to have. So if you've got questions or you'd like to review your plans, I would encourage you to speak to a financial advisor. Thanks for listening.